Hello, I'm Deb Keyes. Welcome to Stampin' on the Hill. Who needs bleach when you have this magic trick? Let me show you how to do a faux bleaching technique. And we are going to be using the bundle of the month, which is Cheers and Sips, the Cheers and Sips bundle. Let's just jump right down into it and let me show you what the bundle looks like and how to do this technique. All right, so we have the Cheers and Sips bundle is the stamp set and the dies. And this is really kind of cool. I'm really liking this. So I'm going to be featuring at least these products, plus probably some more of the products in the suite. There's designer series paper. There are these embossing folders, and these will fit through the mini embossing machine if that's what you have. And some other things. But so the rest of the cards this month, I think we'll be using all of these products at some point. But let me show you this technique. All right, so what we're going to do first is I've got Versamark and I've got my embossing stuff ready to go. So we're going to use our embossing buddy. And if you don't have one of these, you probably need one. This is to, it's got like this powdery, like, I don't even know what it is, but it's like a powder cornstarch. I don't know, something in there. And it repels your embossing powder from sticking to anywhere other than where you put it. I have used the short cocktail glass with some ice cubes in it. And instead of getting out the whole tray, this is easier for me to just put my embossing powder over this. It doesn't matter how much or how, well, little, I guess it does matter, but you can always like if you missed a spot, you can pick this back up and do it again if that's what you choose to do. If it looks like you missed a spot, I usually just flick off the excess. And then before I get out the heat gun, I make sure that I put all of this powder back into its container so that it doesn't blow all over when I turn the heat gun on. All right, let me grab my tweezers and the heat gun. These tweezers, I believe, come with the tray as well. And I've got it on high and I'm holding it, approximately maybe 3-ish inches away from the project. I could just leave it lay down there, but I'd like to hold on to it so I feel like I have better control. And so when the embossing powder gets shiny and not grainy anymore, then you know that it's done. It's hard to see with white on white, I have to say, but there's a reason we're using white, or you could use clear for this portion too. All right, I think that's good. All right, so can you see it? You can kind of see a little bit of the gloss depending on how I shine it in the light. There it was. Can you see it? Okay. So now I'm going to take I'm using Calypso Coral ink and a blending brush. You could use a spritzer for this as well. If you put your ink in a spritzer and spritz it with water. And I can't open the ink pad. Sometimes they're really easy. I think the more you use them, the easier they get. I think that's really how this goes. I want a piece of just some little paper here to wipe this off on so that I don't get that blotch in the middle. So we're just gonna go right over this is kind of like the reverse, forgot what it's called, reverse embossing or something like that. So realistically, you would kind of do the same thing, and then you would just take a paper towel and wipe this off, okay? And then you would still have your raised, can you see it? And it's still glossy and raised, all right? But for this technique, let me move some of this stuff out of the way so I don't make a big mess or throw things over. So for this technique, what we're going to do is we're going to put this into just a piece of copy paper, or you can just put the copy paper over it, I suppose. I'm going to bring in a towel or you can use your ironing board if you want. And I'm just going to bring in a towel and a hot but dry iron. And we're just going to iron this until the gloss from the embossing powder is actually on the paper, the copy paper, instead of actually on the project. So it's not going to have that raised glossy look on our project anymore. It's going to end up on the back of here. And I still think I need some more. So the whole idea then is for it to look as though it has been bleached rather than embossed. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right. It's looking pretty good. I can still feel a ridge on here, so I'm going to do it a little bit longer. Again, I've got this on the hottest setting, yet it's on a dry setting as well. I hate to just leave it sit. I like to move it around because I'm afraid I'm going to burn through something with my iron. But, and I had it hot at one point. Maybe it turned itself off. Okay. So anyway, then I took this and I cut it out with the die. You get the idea here. I cut this out with the appropriate die around the outside. And let me show you. I did end up using the glass portion because there's two. One's called glass and one's called gardens. I don't know if you can see those. This one has flowers in it. Let me put something behind it. There you go. So that one has flowers, and this one I thought was the glass. So I used this on the bottom of my card, and it only goes so far up, so that's good. So I did the short glass and I did 2 tall glasses, and just sort of put them on there. And then I also did heat embossing with white embossing powder on black for the greeting. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you want the written tutorial for this project, be sure to sign up for my newsletter by the end of the month. The newsletter at the beginning of each month always contains the projects from the class. And yes, if you're thinking about coming to the class in July this month, this will be one of the projects that you'll be doing. So I know it's a little bit time consuming. I try to keep them a little bit simple, but this was a fun technique. So I always try to add at least one technique into our classes as well. Anyway, I will put the link for the newsletter in the description. If you choose to sign up for the newsletter, you'll get all of the tutorials for all of the cards. And I wish you all a very happy and safe 4th of July. Until next time, thanks for watching.